Youth homelessness is surging in Omaha. More than 1,000 young people have already sought help from one nonprofit this year, and it's only April.
Yeah, tonight, First Alert 6's Brenna Kiefner takes us inside a new space built to change all of that. She's live in the newsroom. Brenna.
Brian and Aaron, that number is also only going up. Youth Emergency Services says the need is growing faster than they can keep up. But right now, they finally have a place to bring those young people home.
Inside the Yes House, the details are deliberate. Dishes, bathroom supplies, rugs on the floor, the kind of things most of us take for granted. But for a young person who has never had stability, they mean everything.
They see the dignity and what they're worth when they're walking through the doors here.
Youth Emergency Services has spent more than 50 years helping homeless and at-risk young people in this city. Right now, they operate across 7 locations, but navigating multiple sites during a moment of crisis creates barriers. The Yes House changes that, bringing housing, mental health care, food, and support services all under one roof. And the need couldn't be more urgent.
Our last fiscal year, we served just under 800 unique individuals in a 12-month period. And what we have found, the first 6 months of this year, we have already served 1,000 individuals.
1,000 young people in 4 months. At full capacity, the Yes House will hold 24 apartments and 32 beds. Yes expects all staff and core services to be operating here by fall of 2027. And they're asking Omaha to help make that happen through their Welcome Home capital campaign.
We were really intentional about being able to welcome youth home into a safe and stable environment. And so we just want to emphasize that remains our commitment.
For 50 years, Yes has been meeting young people in crisis wherever they are. Now, for the first time, they'll have one place to bring them home.
So, Brenna, what else will be inside the Yes House, and when will it all be ready?
Aaron, some young people are actually already living there now. Yes has started moving in housing clients, but that full campus, it's not going to be complete until next year. In the meantime, some renovations are underway to add a drop-in center, a clothing boutique, some mental health services, and job readiness programs. They will all be at 2566 Farnham Street in Midtown.
No doubt the need that you highlighted is needed. All right, thanks, Brenna, live in the newsroom.